49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, it's championship week as we have semifinal and title game action from baseball and softball all around the Bay Area. We'll see De La Salle and College Park in the NCS D1 final. Valley Christian battles Serra in the CCS, and Wilcox takes on Hollister.
We have thrilling softball title games with St. Francis battling Willow Glen and Casa Grande meets Liberty. And we'll take you to our end of the season awards banquet where the Bay Area stars got together for one memorable night. It's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Hello everyone, welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start this week in the NCS where top-seeded Granada was upset early, leaving the bracket wide open. The number 2 seed De La Salle won its first 2 games, the Spartans hosting the semifinal contest.
The Foothill Falcons earned the 3rd seed with wins over Liberty and Benicia to make the semifinal. The 2nd and 3rd seeds battling at De La Salle on Tuesday.
Went to a baseball game and a football game broke out. That's De La Salle. First batter for Foothill is Jack Fowler, and this is a big-time Jack. Deep to right and gone, a leadoff home run for the excited senior, and a 1-0 Foothill Falcons lead. Bottom 1, 2 down with a runner at third for the Spartans as Brandon Vargas sends it deep to left. Tagging and scoring easily is Tyler Spengler, and we're tied at 1-1. But the Spartans get a big second inning, bases loaded for Antonio Castro, who sends it high and deep to right center and gone. A grand slam for the Cal Poly commit. Let's go. Meantime, on the mound for De La Salle, Graham Schlicht was dealing, getting one of his 6 strikeouts, and Graham would go the distance. More fireworks for the Spartans in the 5th. Watch closely here as our NCS Player of the Year, Tyler Spengler, takes it deep to right and over the house. That was impressive. A solo shot for the Stanford commit and a 6-1 Spartans lead. Next pitch, and it's Castro again, this time into the trees and right. The second home run of the game for Castro, and a 7-1 De La Salle lead. Have a day, Antonio. Foothill with the runner on in the 7th, but De La Salle will go Spengler to Castro to John Salter, a double play as De La Salle with 2 Castro home runs advances to the NCS D1 final game to play College Park. Highlights of that one later in the show.
Off to Exide Ballpark for the CCS Division I semifinal between St. Francis and Serra. The Lancers on the board first in the first as Tanner Wall crushes the ball to deep center field. Landon King scores easily. Here comes Tanner Wall looking for the inside the park home run. Here's the relay throw to the plate, and the runner is out of the plate. 1-0 St. Francis after 1. Top 3 now, and Tanner Wall grounds one up the middle. The ball finds the outfield grasses. Both Landon King and Jack Leeper score, and it's 3-0 Lancers. But the Padres come right back in the bottom half. Davis Minton hits the ball to the left side of the infield. The throw to first is off. Jack Russell races in to score as Serra cuts the deficit to 2. Then it's Tyler Harrison adding on with a grounder up the middle for an infield single. Davis Minton comes in to score, and it's 3-2 Lancers. Aaron Minton draws the walk to load the bases for Aaron Meyer, who lines one to left field for a base hit. Jack Armstrong and Tyler Harrison both score, and it's 4-3 Serra Padres. Serra gets another run on an error, then Nate Huey smacks the ball to the gap in left center field for a triple. Aaron Meyer scores, and it's 6-3 Padres after 3. Davis Minton was solid on the mound for the Padres. Davis getting one of his 5 strikeouts on the game here. The Padres on the board again in the 5th as Aaron Meyer shoots it to center for a base hit. Tyler Harrison comes in to score again. It's the Serra Padres win at 7-4 to move on to the CCS Division I final, where they will take on Valley Christian. Highlights of that game later on in the show.
Sophia Burdick and her Foothill Falcons looking to upset top-seeded Liberty. Kate Skinner is the Lions' ace. Top of the 3rd, no one on for Alexa Sponsel. She hits a deep fly ball to center field, and that flies out of here. A solo shot for the sophomore Sponsel, and Foothill takes the 1-0 lead. 2 batters later, the batter goes the opposite way, but Kelsey Skaggs makes a sliding catch and left. Great play there from the UNLV commit. Bottom of the third, there's a runner on first for Taylor Jennings, who grounds a base hit up the middle. Kylie McKinney to second. Jennings puts runners on first and second. Next batter is Skaggs. She drops a beautiful bunt, and there's no play at first, and with no one covering second, Kelsey takes two, and no one covering home, so McKinney scores. This game is tied at 1 on the RBI from Skaggs. 2 batters later, Coach Macias calls a squeeze, and Caitlin Macias delivers. Jennings scores easily, and Liberty takes the 2-1 lead. The Lions tack on another in the 5th inning as Jewel Cooper lines a base hit through the left side, scoring Isabella Rice, and Liberty takes the 3-1 lead. And that's all the insurance Skinner would need as Kate strikes out her 11th batter. For the final out of the inning, Liberty secures its spot in the NCS Division I final game, where they will play third-seeded Casa Grande. Those highlights later in the show.
It may be 87 degrees, but that's not going to stop Berean Christian and Northgate from bringing the energy for the NCS D4 title. The Northgate bats were hot early. The pitcher Ashley Herman helping her own cause with a hit to left to bring home Taylin Jirasetapong and Sophie Henko. Stella Henko up next. She hits a grounder to left field. Asen Baxter scores from second. The throw gets away to let Herman score as Stella advances to third. It's 4-0 Northgate. Broncos tack on one more before this nice play by the Eagles freshman second baseman Holly Miller to end the inning. Herman dealing early. Here's one of Ashley's 8 strikeouts to end the inning. Addison Baxter looking for more. Here's a base hit down the right field line. Jirasetapong and Sophie Henko score 7-0. Then in the bottom of the 5th, Baxter comes up big again with the deep hit into right field. 2-run score on the seniors. 2-out walk-off double to end this one in 5. Northgate wins the NCS D4 title behind big games by Baxter and Herman.
Each week, the Rikus Center presents the Gary Rikus Players of the Week Award.
Remember to vote for the Player of the Week on our YouTube membership page. The Players of the Week are featured in a rap performed by our friends at the Rikus Center. Here are this week's Gary Rikus Players of the Week.
Yeah, 49ers Cal High Sports, the Rikus Center, Bennett Roth. These are your Gary Rikus Players of the Week. An ace of the staff with grit and bravado, ready to take the mound. Danny Mercado, making bats go colder than the wind in Chicago. He knows what time it is, like the face on a Movado. Threw a complete game for Casa Grande, struck out 8. It's gonna be a long day for opposing hitters. Danny's throwing at a high speed. Gaucho's advancing in the playoffs as the 9 seed. Lead-off hitter, Miley Gradney, has the Alameda Hornets smiling gladly. She made a big impression, swinging the bat in their first playoff game, sparking a big comeback. 3 for 3 at the plate, including a triple. In their final at bat, the offense made a ripple, scoring 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th. To the next playoff round is where they're headed. 49ers, Cal High Sports, Bennett Roth. Oh yeah, Rikus Center, Gary Rikus, Players of the Week.
Presentation High School, San Jose's all-girls high school, presents the Female Scholar Athlete Award each week. This week's Presentation High's Female Scholar Athlete is Audrey Jang from the Mills softball team. Audrey doing great work in the classroom with a 4.0 GPA.
Next year, find new opportunities at Presentation. At Presentation High School, every student is welcomed into a warm and supportive community where she is truly known, valued, and encouraged to thrive. As a small by design school, Presentation provides individual support that empowers students to excel academically, grow personally, and build meaningful connections. Whether starting fresh or seeking a place where they truly belong, our students are embraced by our friendly community and introduced to the rich traditions that make Prez so special. Discover how your student can find their place at Prez by visiting presentationhs.org to learn more and schedule a personal tour today.
The San Francisco Giants present the Coach of the Week Award each week.
This week's San Francisco Giants Coach of the Week is Ken Evanson from the Freedom Baseball team. The Falcons with 2 early round upsets in the NCS playoffs last week. Congratulations to Coach Evanson, this week's San Francisco Giants Coach of the Week. Coming up, it's the Crumble Cookies Game of the Week with softball powers Willow Glen and St. Francis meeting for the Open Division title.
And the CCS Division IV final game with Santa Clara meeting St. Francis from Watsonville as 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank rolls along.
At U.S. Bank, we know how good it feels to reach your milestones, but we also know what really goes into getting you there. That's why we introduced Co-Browse, which connects you to a real banker in real time to help you do anything from adding a new debit card, learning how to save smarter, even creating spending limits.
Mind if I just grab the one?
With Co-Browse, we're always there for you on your road to here, because there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
I think our air conditioner is broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering $68 air conditioning tune-ups. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
This is perfect.
Grab your Hello Kitty jersey on June 8th. Giants baseball with a sweet twist. Giants baseball, nothing like it.
This is the game everyone was anticipating. The top two softball teams in the CCS all year long meeting for the first time this season. Willow Glen comes into this game with a perfect 28-0 record, earning the top seed in the top division.
St. Francis is the second seed, winning a share of the West Catholic League title this year. The best two teams in the CCS meeting for the Open Division title. It's the Crumble Cookies Game of the Week. Our Jake Vanderbrook was there.
Well, this is what we've all been waiting for. It's the CCS Open Division title as top-seeded Willow Glen takes on St. Francis. The Rams enter this game undefeated with a perfect 28-0 record, which features our CCS Pitcher of the Year, Alana Clincy. The junior enters this game with a .29 ERA along with 209 strikeouts. And for the defending CCS Open Division champs, St. Francis will look for its third CCS title in the last 4 years. Peyton Sow is having a wonderful season, hitting .407 with 47 runs batted in.
All right, let's get ready for our Crumble Cookies Game of the Week. Strong start for those Lancers as Peyton Sow smacks one out the right center for an RBI as Maya Umiba scores. Then it's Hayden Hummel who cranks this ball out the left center. That's an RBI double for the Idaho State-bound senior. 2-0 Lancers, but the Rams respond in the bottom half. Runner on for Alana Clincy who launches this ball the deep left center. Kiss that ball goodbye. We're all tied at 2 after 1. The Lancers would grab the lead in the third with Gabby Rocha who hits this ball out the left center, and this ball drops. 2 RBIs for Gabby, and it's 4-2 Lancers. More Lancers in the fourth. Isabella Sandoval finds the gap for an RBI single as Jamie Oakland scores. Another run makes it 6-2 Lancers. But this game is far from over. Bottom of the fifth, Caitlin Dilbeck sends one out the left center. That's an RBI double for the Linfield University commit. Next batter, Clincy smacks one out the center. 3 ribbies for the Cal-bound junior. It's now 6-4 Lancers, and the Rams are charging. This is Elizabeth Dilbeck, who sends a hard shot to short, and everyone is safe. Haley Ackerman scores. Tack on another run, and this game is tied up at 6. New pitcher for the Lancers, it's Bianca Fisher who got called up from JV, and now she's dealing in the circle. 2 huge punch-outs in the 6th that keep this a tie ball game. Bottom 7, Rams looking to start a rally. Here's a shot out the right, but Hayden Hummel misses one the first, and the runner is out. We're going to extra innings. Top 8, Maya Meltz leads off and shoots one out the right for a base hit, and it would eventually load the bases, so Ava Belanti takes ball 4 as Meltz scores another bases-loaded walk, makes it 8-6. Then Sandoval does her job, puts the ball in play, and records an RBI as Sal scores. 9-6 Lancers. And Bianca Fisher delivered when it was needed most. 3 innings allowing no runs on 2 hits with 4 strikeouts. Willow Glen down to its last out. Here's a fly ball out the right, and Hummel makes the catch. Back-to-back CCS Open Division titles for St. Francis, beating Willow Glen 9-6. Bianca Fisher coming in clutch. This is what she had to say after the game.
It was just a lot of fun. I always have fun pitching, and I never really get nervous on the mound. I just try to have as much fun as I can. I was approaching every batter like it was my last. Just every pitch, I wanted to have as much fun as I could and throw the best pitch I could.
In Saratoga for the Crumble Cookies Game of the Week, I'm Jake Vanderbrook, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The Santa Clara Bruins going with the playoff blonde look, taking on St. Francis SCP. This guy was dominant all day long. Drew Diffendorfer with the K to end the first. Bruins' outstanding third baseman John Kepner gets all 3 putouts in the second. A fine play here by the senior captain. No score in the fifth, and here's Kepner with the bases loaded, and Kepner lines a rocket to left center all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Jackson Chow. Right behind him is a sliding Connor Huell. That's a 3-run double for Kepner. Still in the fifth, Kepner at third as the catcher Charlie Conley rips it down the left field line. This one goes to the wall. It's a double for Conley and a 4-0 Santa Clara lead after 5, and the Bruins were feeling good. Same score now going to the sixth, one on for Chow, who lifts it down the line in right. This one is trouble, and it drops just fair. Zach Gallegos goes to third. He would score on a sac fly. Still in the sixth, and it's the pitcher, Diffenderfer, with a rope to right. Chow scores. Here comes Huell, part of a 3-run sixth inning. The only mystery now is would Diffendorfer give up a hit? A no-hitter with 2 down in the sixth, but Noah Magana gets a solid knock to left. That's the only hit of the game for the Sharks, as Diffenderfer gets a complete game one-hitter with 7 strikeouts as the Santa Clara Bruins get their first ever CCS title in baseball. 8-0 the final. Diffenderfer coming up huge on the mound for the CCS champion Bruins.
Service Champions honors student-athletes who do great work around campus.
This week we spotlight Christian Quiros from the Bellarmine boys volleyball team. Christian is a member of a variety of clubs, which includes the music program, recycling club, and he's also the executive member of the Filipino Student Association, where he leads meetings and events. Christian Quiros, this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight.
D-Line Constructors presents the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week every week. This week's D-Line Constructors Defensive Play of the Week goes to Alonzo Alvarez from the Heritage Baseball team. Alonzo with an amazing bare hand grab and a strong throw to first. The Patriots' outstanding shortstop headed to Miami next year with the D-Line Constructors Defensive Play of the Week.
Delta Dental honors entire teams who do great work in the classroom with the Smiles for Scholars Award.
This week we feature the Miramonte baseball team, the Mats with an impressive 3.73 combined GPA.
Coming up, it's the CCS Division I final game played on Saturday.
And we'll take you to our end of the season awards banquet. But first, here is this week's U.S. Bank Bay Area Top 10 softball poll.
My bad.
Baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag, baby bag.
From the beginning, Marawest Credit Union was created to provide a brighter financial future for you. We work hard for our members because they're our greatest strength.
Marawest worked for me when I needed an auto loan for my first car.
When I need to make a mobile payment, Marawest works for me.
Marawest works for me wherever adventure takes us.
Marawest Credit Union. Let us work for you. Today, tomorrow, together.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Diamond Training and Development is the Bay Area's largest training facility. Our expert coaches with decades of experience will help you raise your game to the next level. Diamond Training and Development makes sure you stay safe while you train to keep you in the game. Our state-of-the-art equipment will help make your game better than the rest. For baseball, softball, and personal training, Diamond Training and Development will help you get the game you want. Start getting better today.
Applebee's Pick 6 with NFL head coach Dan Campbell.
A pick six is when the defense intercepts the ball and runs it back for a touchdown. And when that happens on Sunday, you get 6 free boneless wings at Applebee's on Monday. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
We are Homestead High School, and you're watching 49er Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
The CCS Division I title game came down to the top 2 teams from the West Catholic League. Sarah won the league, earning the top seed in the Division I bracket.
That's right. Valley Christian finished tied for second in league play, earning the second seed. The top 2 seeds meeting head-on for the D1 title at Excite Ballpark in San Jose Saturday night.
Aaron Minton introduced with all the players as top-seeded Sarah meets the 2-seed Valley Christian. Top of the first, Valley with a runner at third. The squeeze is on. Jordan Ortiz lays it down. Brock Kettleson scores 1-0. Same score in the second as Kaylin Cunningham gets a rally started with this line single to left. Later on, Quentin Marsh laces a solid single to right. Kettleson scores 2-0 Warriors. Valley looking for more, but great defense all night long by Sarah as the Padres go Ian Josephson to Evan Bradshaw to Nate Wee, an ending double play. Sarah battles back in the fourth, 2 on for the sophomore Aaron Minton, who rips it down the line to left. 1 run is in. Here comes Tyler Harrison. We're tied at 2-2. The Padres looking to take the lead, but a nice diving grab on the bump by the Warriors. Daniel Solis, but with 2 down in the fourth, Bradshaw chops it to the left side, and Evan beats the throw, allowing Minton to score, and that turned out to be huge. 3-2 Padres in the fifth, and look at Bradshaw at second with a terrific diving catch. Then in the sixth, a sinking liner to left that's gobbled up by Aaron Mayer. Another fine defensive play by the Padres. To the seventh, 2 on, and here's the squeeze again, but this time Hui tosses to Jack Armstrong, and the catcher applies the tag to keep a 1-run lead. 2 on and 2 down, and Hui gets the strikeout to end the game, and the Sarah Padres celebrate the CCS Division I title, a thrilling 1-run come-from-behind win. The Padres winning their first title in 15 years, and that was a big deal for the sophomore, Aaron Minton.
One of the greatest moments of my life. I mean, I don't really know how to put it into words. I'm still so happy, man.
Beautiful day in San Ramon for this NCS D3 semifinal match between Freedom and California. Cal gets off to a hot start as Johnny Edwards smacks this ball out the left center for an RBI. 1-0 Grizzlies, and Johnny's pumped up about that. Then it's Jacob Cassiano finding a gap up the middle for an RBI single to plate Johnny. 2-zip Grizzlies after 1. Braden Gables did his thing on the mound. Here, the senior gets 2 of his 5 punch-outs in the second. More Cal in the bottom half. Graydon Wright shoots one out the left. It's fair. It's an RBI double for Graydon as Nolan Jess scores. Then Ethan Rye delivers a knock that just finds the grass as Angelo Sherman rounds third and scores. 2 more runs off airs makes it 6-0 after 2 innings. Freedom gets on the board with Andrew Borrego chopping one to short, and this finds its way in the outfield to plate JP Abinoja. It's now 6-1. Cassiano had a great game for the Grizzlies, going 2 for 4, which includes this RBI single in the fourth to make this a 7-1 game. Top 7 now. Freedom showing life with an RBI single from Borrego. It's 7-2 Cal. Next batter, Caleb Emmons lines one out the left. Okay, 7-3 Cal. Then Dylan DeLauder follows up with a hard knock out to left. We have a 7-4 ball game with the bases juiced, but Riken Redondo slams the door as California advances to the NCS D3 title game, beating Freedom 7-4.
Chick-fil-A brings us stories of athletes who inspire us.
Jake Vanderbrook joins us now as we relive our end-of-the-season awards banquet.
Robert Aubrey, we were able to host our 2025 awards banquet, a night to celebrate the wonderful accomplishments of these outstanding athletes. And this year, we're bringing it to the hilltop.
It's hard to believe the 2024-25 season is coming to a close, but you know what that means? It's time to celebrate. What better way to wrap things up with an awards banquet with some delicious food? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 49ers Cal High Sports Awards Banquet, held on the hilltop at Valley Christian High School.
It's truly just such a privilege and an honor to be here among fellow athletes who've worked just as hard, working super hard all year, and I'm just super excited to be here tonight.
And speaking of incredible athletes, those in attendance even had the chance to meet a Bay Area football star, now playing for the San Francisco 49ers, Isaiah Hodgins, a proud alum of Berean Christian High School, sharing his inspiring journey from a local standout to making it to the NFL.
I had a strong support cast with my parents, and was able to make the right decision for me. I felt like I was able to play right away at Oregon State, so that was the road that I took. I ended up going there for 3 years and then declared for the draft and got drafted in the 6th round to the Bills. Was there for 2.5 years and was with the Giants for 2.5 years, and now I'm going on my first year with the Niners.
From the diamond to the hardwood, to the gridiron, to the pitch, another year of honoring the best of the best athletes from all around the Bay Area.
It means a lot because it shows all the hard work that I've put in like over the years and like what I'm going to get to do in college, and so I think it's just like an accomplishment.
Going to Oakland Tech, you don't get a lot of recognition that you get going to other schools like private schools and things like that, and it means a lot that somebody recognized the work that I put in throughout the years I've been playing basketball at Oakland Tech.
Sports taught me more than just how to play a game. They taught me about hard work, perseverance, and passion for the game. Whether we were celebrating victories or learning from losses, it was always about pushing ourselves to be better, both as athletes and as people.
You usually see these athletes hard at work mastering their crafts every day, but this time they got all dressed up for a fun and exciting banquet.
What do we got here? So I bought these sophomore year for my homecoming, and they've been sitting in my closet since, and today was formal attire, so I just pulled them out the closet for today.
Looking sharp, my man.
This banquet also honored athletes doing great work in their communities. 5 recipients received scholarships from Lexus of Stevens Creek for their notable volunteer work, including Bishop O'Dowd's Simdi Chukwu.
Going forward, I plan to keep serving neurodiverse children, whether through community work or large-scale advocacy. I want to help create spaces where they feel seen, heard, and valued.
There were also athletes receiving scholarships for overcoming adversity in their lives. Evergreen Valley's David Woodham received a scholarship from Bernardi Zarata and tells us what this scholarship means to her.
With receiving the scholarship, to overcome adversity, it really helps because with my family's background, we don't have a lot of money, and we really still don't. And so this scholarship helps me to be able to continue my schooling academically and go to college, and it's going to help go towards that for sure.
49ers Cal High Sports gave out just over $43,000 in scholarships. At the end of the day, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing now if it wasn't for our wonderful sponsors.
It's important to us to give back to the community, to come recognize students and individuals in the community that work hard, they overcome adversity. That's really what it's about for us here tonight.
I just love seeing the kids being acknowledged for all the hard work that they put into to be here, and to acknowledge all that hard work and effort is awesome to see.
It's time to say goodbye to all the graduating seniors. Congratulations and best of luck in all that's ahead. And to the returning athletes, we can't wait to see you back next season.
There were lots of smiles, plenty of laughs, and even a few tears as we heard some of those powerful stories of perseverance of overcoming adversity. Yeah. Overall, it was a wonderful evening, and a special thank you to Valley Christian for graciously allowing us to host our banquet at their venue.
Absolutely, and also thanks to Miles at High Five Catering for the great food, and Bill Stryker at Olympic Trophies for all of the beautiful awards. It was a great night, and on we go. We'll do it again next year.
Yes, we will.
Okay. Merrill West Credit Union brings us the Merrill West Merit Award, an award giving credit to Bay Area teachers.
Here's Ariana Romo from New York Memorial talking about her favorite teacher, Feng Feng Sun.
My favorite teacher here at New York Memorial is Miss Sun. She teaches math, and I love her a lot because she's always there when we need to talk, other than school, and she's just a really great teacher for me, honestly.
Diamond Training and Development is an amazing baseball, softball, and training facility in Sunnyvale, led by former professional ball player and our good friend Adam Shorsher.
Each week, Diamond Training and Development brings us a diamond in the rough. This is a young athlete who is headed towards great success in their sport, and this week we recognize Star Gutierrez from Cappuccino. The freshman really is a star. Gutierrez with an impressive .449 batting average with 6 home runs and 21 stolen bases. Star Gutierrez, this week's Diamond Training and Development, Diamond in the Rough.
Speed and power.
Yep.
Yeah. Coming up, the CCS Division II final game with Wilcox and Hollister.
And the D2 CCS softball title with peninsula rivals San Mateo and Hillsdale. This is 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Applebee's Pick 6 with NFL head coach Dan Campbell.
A pick six is when the defense intercepts the ball and runs it back for a touchdown. And when that happens on Sunday, you get 6 free boneless wings at Applebee's on Monday. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Our mouths are one of the first places a doctor looks during a checkup, and for good reason. It can tell them things about our health, serious things. Things that could keep us from reaching the next milestone. For over 65 years, Delta Dental has offered high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral health care providers in the nation. Delta Dental, putting your health first, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
I'm Nancy Lambert, the director of the Schwab Learning Center at CHC.
In a world where every second counts, education doesn't have to be a struggle. At the Schwab Learning Center, our learning specialists work one-on-one with high school and college students with ADHD, dyslexia, and other learning differences. We work with you to understand your learning and attention strengths and challenges. We help you develop strategies that optimize the way you learn. Discover the power of personalized learning that empowers students to excel. Your success is our mission.
I know that the model of credit unions is the very best one for human beings, and so how we bring that to life can truly transform people's lives.
Lumen brings to us the capability to be able to serve members in ways that we haven't before. It is really about enhancing that need for that particular individual like we've never been able to do before, and I'm extremely excited about that.
He's got nothing but the open field in front of him. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
Touchdown, celebration, touchdown, celebration.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by Valley Christian Schools, supporting your quest for excellence. Help us bring positive attention to Bay Area teams every week. Become a 49ers Cal High Sports sponsor. Scan the QR code for details.
The CCS Division II baseball final featured a big upset in the first round, with top-seeded Lee going down to the 8th seed. 5th-seeded Wilcox took advantage, upsetting the 4th seed in the first round, making it to the title game.
That's right, the Chargers facing the 3rd-seeded Hollister Hay Balers. The Hay Balers upsetting 2nd-seeded Menlo Atherton in the semifinal game. So this final game, after all that, sees Wilcox and Hollister. That's the final game played at Excite Ballpark on Saturday. Hollister looking for its first ever section title as the 3 seed facing Wilcox in San Jose Saturday night. Starting things off in the top of the 3rd, the Baylor starting pitcher Trent Roach was dealing. Trent strikes out the side already with 6 Ks through 3. And here is the Baylor at the plate with a runner on first. Trent gets out in front of it, and that falls into center for a base hit, putting 2 runners on. 2 batters later, Jake Esparza hits it hard, and that splits the gap in left center. Gavin Rodriguez scores. Roach scores all the way from first. Esparza knocks in the first 2 runs of the game to make it 2-0 Baylors. Esparza steals 3rd, and that's where he is when Wes Aviles chops the ball through the left side. Aviles knocks in Esparza, and the Baylors take the 3-0 lead. The Chargers pitcher RJ Argel gets the batter to chase, getting out of the inning. Wilcox still looking for its first hit, entering the 4th. 1 out, and Jake Prettle comes through. A hard hit up the middle, and Prettle is the first base runner for Wilcox. Another hit and a walk loads up the bases for Jetson Preston, who rips it to left, but Daniel Martinez plays it perfectly, and Hollister gets out of the jam. Top of the 7th, the Baylor's 2 outs away, and Roach is looking to go the distance. That is his 8th strikeout of the game. Wilcox down to its final out. This ball is hit deep to left field, and Martinez makes the catch. In their 3rd straight section title appearance, the Hollister Hay Balers win their first section title in school history. Trent Roach with the complete game shutout.
Let's go back to West Valley College for the CCS Division II final between San Mateo and Hillsdale. The Bearcats looking to get on the board first, but great defense from Hillsdale here as Juliana Brown fires it to Sammy Marinek at the plate, and the runner is out at the plate. No score after 1. Hillsdale breaks through in the 2nd as Sophia Shelton bloops one into right field for a base hit. Maddie Pena scores, and it's 1-0 Fighting Knights after 1. Top 2 now, and Alice Hahn launches one to deep center field. That ball is gone! A solo shot for the sophomore, and the game is tied at 1. San Mateo looking for more, but Paige Venezia dives to make a spectacular catch in center field. It's still tied at 1 after 3. Hillsdale retakes the lead on a Lola Jones RBI single, then Lexi Kuka lines one to right field for a base hit. Leanna Mack comes in to score, and it's 3-1 Fighting Knights. Next batter, Sophia Shelton, and Sophia hits the ball to center for another base hit. Juliana Brum scores, and it's 4-1 Hillsdale after 5. Lola Jones was great in the circle for the Fighting Knights. Lola getting one of her 7 strikeouts on the game here. 2 down in the 7th now, and Lola Jones gets the batter to chase to end it as the Hillsdale Fighting Knights win the CCS Division II title. Hillsdale's first section title since 1991. Lola Jones and Sophia Shelton leading the way for the victorious Fighting Knights.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award every week, leading to $10,000, which was handed out at our end of the season awards banquet.
It was a really fun time. Congratulations to all of our volunteers. Valley Christian High School is always on a quest for excellence, so Valley Christian helps us honor student athletes who are on their own quest for excellence. Here is Braden Gables from California High School.
For me, my goal is to get a 4-year degree and then go to PA school and become a physician assistant. And to get those goals, I want to play baseball while I'm in college and just hit the books hard and ball even harder. And just that's what I want to do.
Valley Christian's high school baseball team brought home the 2025 All Faiths Classic Championship during the spring break. After an incredible week in Las Vegas, the Warriors battled through a stacked field of top teams from California, Georgia, and Ohio, showing grit and talent every step of the way. The Warriors finished strong with a 10-7 win over the team ranked 4th in the nation, Archbishop Moeller from Ohio. Congratulations to the team for showing heart, hustle, and bringing home the trophy back to San Jose. Become a Warrior today at vcs.net.
Coming up, back to the NCS with the Division I bracket. It's the final game between Casa Grande and Liberty.
And the CCS D5 baseball final with Monterey and Menlo. But first, here is this week's learning tip from the Schwab Learning Center.
Our SLC learning specialists are here to help you develop skills and share tips to make learning with ADHD easier, like incorporating movement or hands-on activities to stay engaged, setting clear goals for each study session to stay on track, using checklists to break tasks down into steps and to track progress. Discover the power of personalized learning support at the Schwab Learning Center.
The Liberty Lions earned the top seed in the NCS Division I playoffs, and the Lions proved their worth, making it to the final game with a tight win over Foothill in the semifinals.
That's right, the Lions taking on the 3rd seed from Casa Grande, the Gauchos, with a big win over Livermore in the semifinals and looking to win it all in the game played at St. Mary's College on Friday.
Let's head to St. Mary's College for the NCS D1 title game between Liberty and Casa Grande. Strong start for Kate Skinner. Here she gets the punch out to end the top of the first. The Lions would strike first. Runner on for Caitlin Macias. And the junior rips one out the left, and this ball drops. An RBI double for Caitlin as Taylor Jennings scores. 1-0 Lions after 1. Lyle Partridge was racking up the case for the Gauchos. 7 strikeouts for the Kansas-bound senior. Lauren Ketchu had a great game going 2 for 3, which includes this single for the future gal. But Kate Skinner gets out of trouble. Bases loaded, and the southpaw gets 2 huge punch-outs. 13 Ks for the junior. Taylor Jennings had a great game going 2 for 4, and here Taylor rips one out towards the fence for a double. Next batter, Kelsey Skaggs gives this baby a launch out the right center. A double for the junior as Jennings scores 2-zip Liberty after 5. More roaring from the Lions in the 6th. Isabel Mercado grounds one the 2nd. The flip the 1st, not in time. Kaylee Bunch scores 3-0 Lions. Then it's Madison Tuttle shooting this one up the middle for an RBI single. 4-zip Liberty after 6. Top 7. Casa Grande down to its last out. Here's a pop fly, and Kelsey Skaggs records the final out as Liberty wins its first NCS title since 1997, beating Casa Grande 4-0.
Headed back to Excite Ballpark for the Division 5 CCS title game between top-seeded Menlo and second-seeded Monterey. The Knights with runners on the corners in the bottom of the first, and the runner on first breaks for second. The catcher throws to 2. Jack Freehill, the runner at third, breaks for home, and he is safe. Menlo is on the board. The Toreadors pitcher Tristan Trago ends up striking out the side, bringing up the Monterey bats in the top of the second. The Doors have 2 runners on with 2 out. Miramontes at the plate, grounds a base hit through the right side. Trago scores from second on the single, and Monterey ties the game at 1. But Menlo gets that run back in the bottom of the second. Liam Widner knocks a base hit to center, scoring Fletcher Cahill. Widner tips the score back in favor of the Knights, who would score twice more to lead 4-1. Menlo elects to give freshman pitcher Reed Blamondon the ball, and he strikes out the batter to end the top of the third. Bottom 3, Menlo puts another on the board. Fletcher Cahill lines a base hit down the left field line. Ben Salama scores on the double from Fletcher, and Menlo leads 5-1 after 4. Ryan Lemaire comes in relief in the bottom of the 5th and strikes out the side. The momentum is swinging. The score is 5-3 Menlo with 1 out, and the bases are loaded for Miramontes, and that fly ball is deep enough to score Gino Grammatico. The score is 5-4 in the top of the 7th, where Ben Salama is looking to close it out, and he gets the 1-2-3 inning. A jam shot is popped to Casey Shavinson, and the Menlo Knights are the back-to-back section champs. The Knights are off to NorCal's. Venardi Zerrata is your faithful injury attorneys, bringing us the hometown hero every week.
This week we honor Leo Lopez, the Vice President of Athletics at De La Salle. Leo received 2 honors recently. He was honored with the NCS Phil Hempler Award for meritorious service as a high school administrator. He was also named this month as State Athletic Director of the Year by the California Coaches Association. With 3 decades of service at De La Salle, Leo Lopez is this week's Venardi Zerrata hometown hero.
Albany's Construction brings us the Dirty Work play every week. This is a play that shows the same type of grit and determination, brought to you by all of the good folks at Albany's Construction.
This week's Dirty Work play goes to Sia Marsh from the Valley Christian softball team. Sia in the opening round game comes sliding in to make the catch in left field. Sia Marsh doing the dirty work just like our good friends at Albany's Construction. Coming up, the NCS Division I title game as College Park looks to upset second-seeded De La Salle.
And we'll meet the Kings Academy softball team before making their school's first appearance in a section title game right here on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
At U.S. Bank, when we say we're in it with you, we mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and the celebrations, but for all the hard work it took to get there. We are in for all of it. It's tough for sure, but less tough when you have the right people by your side, like Kayla from Kansas City and thousands of other bankers around the country. Because together we're proving there's nothing as powerful as the power of us.
Get ready for the most exhilarating season yet. Sharks Ice Hockey is hosting 34 teams spanning from Fresno to Reno. Over 700 hockey players all competing for state and national titles. Be part of the thrilling action. Experience the speed, the skill, and the passion from these young hockey players. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations from all over the Bay Area. Looking to join, support, or to find games? Go to sharkshighschoolhockey.com.
Be a part of the biggest season of Earthquake soccer. The league's biggest rivalries. Soccer's biggest stars. All on the Bay's biggest stages. Race for impact.
Country music star Nate Smith performs live from the field after the Giants take on the Red Sox Saturday, June 21st. A ticket to the game includes the post-game City Connect concert. Get tickets at sfgiants.com/cityconnectconcerts.
Welcome back to the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi Stadium, and back to the NCS Division I bracket. Earlier in the show, we saw De La Salle with a convincing win to make the section final game.
The Spartans taking on the amazing College Park Falcons. College Park with a convincing win over Casa Grande to make the final game. This game played Saturday afternoon at St. Mary's College. It's our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game. Our Nikon Shadus was there.
10 years ago, College Park beat De La Salle 5-2 to win the NCS Division I title. That was College Park's last D1 title. De La Salle has won 6 since then. Today, the Spartans will lean on a loaded lineup featuring NCS Player of the Year Tyler Spangler batting .407 and the two-sport Oklahoma commit Alec Blair hitting a scorching .477. College Park also with some major talent. Senior shortstop and USF commit Tino Vassell leads the team with 27 hits and 8 stolen bags. Well, it all comes down to this. It's De La Salle and College Park for the NCS D1 title in our Chick-fil-A sportsmanship game. The starting lineups introduced as we get set to go. Bottom 2 Spartans take the lead and have them loaded after a hit by pitch with 2 outs. Ethan Sullivan sends a deep fly ball into the gap in left center. Zach Chichan and Jacob Gray score on the double. 3-0 De La. Spangler's up next and Tyler hits a towering drive down the left field line. The fielder dives and can't make the catch. John Salter and Sullivan score. Spangler scores on a single. 6-0 Spartans after the second. Same score until the 5th when the Falcons tack on 2. Riley Meadows with an RBI single to center as Connor Berkowitz scores to make it a 4-run game. Spartans take those runs back in the bottom half. Spangler leads off with a triple, then Bubba Vargas brings him home with a single to left center. Nico Baumgartner up next. Nico hits it far into the gap. The 6'2 senior has 3 in mind, and he's into third with a stand-up triple. Vargas scores. It's 8-2 Spartans. Top of the 6th, here's a high fly ball to deep center. Alec Blair moving back on the track, and he makes the catch on the warning track. Then with 2 out in the 7th, here's a ground ball. He throws to first, and De La Salle wins the NCS Division I title as the Spartans mob the infield and start the dog pile to celebrate the team's 7th NCS D1 title in the last 10 years. Roman Bartosz allowed no earned runs in 6 innings. Here's the starting pitcher after today's game.
It's a great defense. I can throw it, and they'll just be there. I mean, I don't have to worry about them making errors or anything. I can just do my thing, and they'll always have my back.
At St. Mary's College with the Chick-fil-A Sportsmanship Game, I'm Nikon Shadus, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The Kings Academy softball team is having a terrific season.
The girls meeting Jake at the Rica Center this week. Here's the interview followed by highlights from the D1 title game.
And we are here at the Rica Center for Human Enhancement where goals are achieved. Got goals? And here's the softball team from the Kings Academy. Make some noise! TKA is having an outstanding season, so I'm starting off with Mia Bennett, and she is having an outstanding season, ripping the cover off the ball, hitting .512 with 43 knocks. How are you able to establish your confidence whenever you're in the batter's box?
I would say I'm just confident in the hard work that I put in, before the games and stuff, and when I go into the box, I just know I could hit the ball, and I'm confident in myself and in God. So yeah.
Katya Nesper has been dealing in the circle all throughout this season, but let's talk about the postseason. Her last 2 games, 36 strikeouts, ladies and gentlemen. That is crazy. You've decided to take your softball talents to the next level at Northwestern University. Take me through the recruiting process on why you chose Northwestern.
Just talking to the coach and getting to know the program, I fell in love with it. I couldn't imagine myself going anywhere else, and just the whole environment of it, all the players and getting to know them. I fell in love with it.
Making our way over to the seniors now, Izzy Barrera. This team is making program history. You guys are going to be playing for a section title for the first time ever. What does it mean for you to be a part of history?
Man, I mean, it's really, really great. I feel like we've been preparing for this our whole season, the efforts and all of our actions or practices really build up to this moment. So I feel everyone's really proud of themselves to be here.
And Ava Thompson, another senior here. What does it mean for you to be a part of this program?
It's great. I've been playing with a lot of these girls for 3-4 years now, so I'm just going to miss it. We're super excited. We've never made it this far, so yeah.
Absolutely, and we got the highlights of their game coming up next, but first, take us out with a break.
Nice on me, nice on 3. 1, 2, 3, nice!
And here are the Kings Academy Knights at West Valley College as they play for the CCS D1 title against Gilroy. This one was a pitcher's duel. Ariala Islava getting one of her 9 strikeouts on the game here. This one ends the top half of the first. Katya Nesper was bringing the heat early. Katya striking out the side to end the first inning. Then in the second, Kes Wong smacks the ball to deep left field. That one just stays fair and bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. That allows Hannah Wu to score from second base, and it's 1-0 TKA Knights. But the Mustangs get out of further damage as Islava fields the grounder and fires it to Bella Sousa to end the inning. Katya Nesper would do the rest in the circle for TKA. Katya getting one of her 12 strikeouts on the game here. This one ends the 6th inning. Gilroy looking to start a rally in the 7th. Andrea Alvarez lines one to right field for a 1-out single. 2 down in the 7th now. Chaylee Yamakoshi gets the grounder and throws it to Sophie Giles for the final out. The Kings Academy Knights win the CCS Division I title. The first ever section title in program history. Katya Nesper with a 2-hit shutout for the victorious Kings Academy Knights.
Coming up, Marin Catholic meets California in the NCS D3 baseball final.
But first, here is the U.S. Bank Bay Area Top 10 baseball poll. The California Grizzlies earned the top seed in the NCS Division III bracket. The Grizzlies methodically working through the bracket to make it through the final game.
That's right. Cal meeting 6th-seeded Marin Catholic. The Wildcats with a tight 1-run win in the semifinals to make the final game played at Diablo Valley College on Friday.
Back to Diablo Valley College for the NCS D3 title game between Marin Catholic and California. The Grizzlies playing great defense early. Angela Sherman snags the liner for one, then fires it to Logan Kellogg at first. That's a double play, no score after one. Bases loaded for the Wildcats in the third, but this time the Grizzlies go great and right to Angela Sherman to Logan Kellogg. It's another double play to get out of the jam. Then in the bottom half, Ethan Rice smacks the ball deep to right field for a double. Nolan Jess comes in to score, and it's 1-0 California after 3. Bottom 4 now, and Nolan Jess hits a pop fly to shallow center field. That one falls in! Johnny Edwards comes in to score. The throw to the plate goes to the backstop, and that allows Trevor Crawford to score. Cal gets one more on the sac fly, and it's 4-0 Grizzlies after 4. To the 5th now, and Jacob Cassiano hits the ball to the right side of the infield. Jacob is safe at first for an infield single as Ethan Rice scores, and it's 5-0 Cal High after 5. Marin Catholic gets one back in the 6th as Cooper Mitchell lines one to right field for a base hit. Johnny Greco comes in to score, and it's 5-1 Grizzlies. But Cal gets that run back in the bottom half as Graydon Wright grounds one up the middle for a single. Nick Hubbard comes in to score, and it's 6-1 Grizzlies after 6. Cal 1 out away from winning the NCS title. Here's a fly ball to right field. Ryan Giffens makes the catch, and that will do it. The California Grizzlies win the NCS Division III title, the first ever section title in program history. 6-1 was the final.
The Harker School brings us the Scholar Athlete Award each week. This week's Harker Scholar Athlete is Matthew Tiendes from the Wilcox Chargers baseball team. This outstanding Santa Clara University commit with an outstanding 3.8 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. 5th graders gathered last week for another epic showdown at this year's Hobbit Battle. This annual event has students joining different factions from the J.R.R. Tolkien mythology as part of their studies in medieval literature. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
DGDG.com brings us the Be Happy Play each week. This is a play in a game that made everybody happy. And this week's Be Happy Play goes to the Hollister Hay Balers, winning their first ever section championship behind a complete game from Trent Roach. That is our Be Happy Play. Want to be a happy car buyer? Go to DGDG.com. Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. We'll see which play gets it next.
But first, here is this week's financial tip for teens and their parents, sponsored by Lumen Digital. Talk about college costs, scholarships, and the importance of saving for education. See if your digital banking app has personalized dashboards so you and your teen can track savings towards a college fund. Service by Medallion brings us the play of the week every week. It's the play we thought was the very best from all of the plays this week.
Here it is, the Service by Medallion Play of the Week.
We start off with Savannah Page from Liberty going up high to make the catch. How about Hayden Hummel from St. Francis gunning the runner out of first from right field? That's something you don't see very often. But the play of the week has to go to Hillsdale's Paige Venezia with a spectacular diving catch in center field. One more time, Paige Venezia. You just won the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week for our final show of the season. We'll introduce our Players of the Year and highlight NorCal championships. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching. Please join our YouTube memberships to get early access to highlights and our podcast, Covered Cal High.
You'll also be able to see full game videos and vote for the Players of the Week. So click join and make sure to tune in every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on NBC Sports California. We'll see you at the games.